Hey friends, it is I, James Kalm, your half-assed report of the guy on the bike. Special shout out to our viewers in Edinburgh, Berlin, and Melbourne. Today I'm going to come back and do a little more in-depth visit here to an enclave of galleries that has recently opened up here on Pike and Henry Street. I did a short version of this where I just walked by and looked in the windows that I posted on Instagram, and I had some responses saying, please go back and do something in depth, so that's what we're going to do today. Stay tuned. We're going to start out on the northwest corner of this enclave, and we're going to run in here to Blade Study. Gosh, looks like they might be having an opening. Let's go. Okay. Hello. So it'll go straight to the Kalm report, the rough cuts.
Thanks for coming.
Harris Rosenblum, Relics of the Corrupted Blood. Okay. Okay, Harris Rosenblum is a sculptor based in Belmont, Maine. He received his MFA from Kent State University and currently works at the Graduate School of Design as Digital Fabrication Technician Specialist. Okay, this is titled Arms Reliquary of the Punished Apostle. Soy-based resin, water, gilded media, individual serving dehydrated bone broth, French green cosmetic clay, cosmetic kaolin rabbit skin glue, granules of terracotta clay shellac, and a whole bunch of other things. Okay, well, the backstory on this neighborhood is that about a year and a half ago, Casey Cleghorn, will eventually get over to him at the No Gallery, open a little space, and a couple of months later, a place called King's Leap opened, then public access, and then I guess maybe in the last 2 months, there were 3 more places. Crucifix, an Apparition 2022, soy-based resin, PLA, fluorescent acrylic, MDF, 632 volts, blah, 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 motherboard, standoffs. Well, Harris is a pretty good technician. I imagine that this is mostly cast. I could be wrong. And it's kind of an interesting melding of some aesthetics, maybe the Game of Thrones and something like that mixed with anime. Okay, so this would be the timepiece of the show, Relic of the Corrupted Blood. All of the stuff, cosmetic, kaolin rabbit skin glue, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this actually looks like some of the classic reliquary cases that you might see if you go to Europe and visit some of the religious shrines. This is a nice piece. Relic of the Rotted Host. Soy-based resin, graphite, rabbit skin glue, rye flour, ergot spores. Okay, I'm getting the idea here. If we pay attention, we know that, or if you're a hippie, you would know that LSD was made out of ergot. Get some psychedelic chemicals happening in there. There's a lot of very interesting work. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's counting the levels. Very gothic. Okay. I think I'm embarrassing these guys. Okay, and we got the DJ here. We got some works on paper. Are you the proprietor here?
The gallerist.
The gallerist? How long have you been open now? 2 months? Congratulations. I'm gonna come back. Good luck. Thank you. Okay, well, so that was Blade Study, the first on our visit. Okay. Casey Cleghorn. How Sun Smells. Paulina Freifeld. And let's see what the name of the gallery is. Will Shott. Okay. I've been getting some pretty strident suggestions that I try to hold the camera still. People say they get seasick, so I'm gonna do my best, but I'm just naturally kind of a shaky guy. Okay, I don't see this one listed. Do we have a title?
Oh, is it though?
Maybe it's on the third page.
Yeah.
Okay, I would estimate that that's about 14.
Un caballo.
Dos cabezas un
Caballo.
caballo. That's what I was going to call a two-headed horse.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see, that's probably about 14 by 14, something like that.
Something like that.
Okay. This is untitled. What's that in Spanish?
Untitled.
Non titilio, something.
Something like that.
This is acrylic on canvas, 36 by 48. Okay. Well, I like her treatment of the water and the little waves kind of flickering. I was thinking this makes me think of a couple of paintings. One of them is a famous Alex Katz painting of a swimmer kind of coming up for breath of air. And then I think there was a famous Robert Moskowitz painting. It was one of the icons of the new image painters back in the early 70s of another swimmer. Okay, now what's the name of the gallery? www.
Will Shott.
Will Shott, and you must be Will, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Will.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
Okay, well, this is Fierman, something like that. I can never get this quite straight. Okay, hello. We came in here 6 months ago and covered a Nora Griffin show. Okay, see if we can get some information. So this is Matthew Kirk show, titled MK Ultra. And I'm just kind of glancing over this. A lot of this is work on wood. Let's start out with this piece. It's titled Superstorm. Mixed media on 2-inch carved installation foam with pins, Coroplast and artist painted wooden frame. This is 36 by 48. Okay, so yeah, I was wrong. I thought they had carved this out of wood, but it's on styrofoam. Okay, maybe I'm thinking he does some spray paint on there with some kind of paint that has solvents in there and kind of melts off the surface of the installation board. titled The Birth of Courage. Mixed media on plywood with leather insert. Okay. Actually, I'm getting kind of a feel for a rugged, kind of naturalistic thing, almost relates to some of the work of the Native Americans, maybe. I was thinking Brad Kalhammer does some things that are kind of based on indigenous people's imagery and symbolism. So when he says mixed media, we're probably talking about acrylic. Could be house paint, some other things, ink, graphite. It's kind of a draped fabric piece. Old Man Horse 2022. Basketball rim, spray paint, chalk, brass grommets, wood, fishnet floats, wire, pins, and rain. Okay. Well, it does kind of look like a figure there with a cloak around his shoulders. Those are old boys, Joseph boys. Holy Crowl 2020, mixed media uncarved 2-inch installation foam, cover plast, and pins in artist painted wooden frame. Okay, so it'd be interesting to know exactly what color the insulation foam is. I wonder if it's that silver gray. It looks kind of like a graphite. And it looks like Matthew cuts out pieces of this as well and kind of collages them back in. Okay, here's the biggest piece in the show. Let's see if I can get this in the frame. The Division of Game. Mixed media on plywood, metal hardware, 99 by 96 by 12 inches. Okay, I guess that's interesting. You could probably take these hinge pieces and stick them out and it would be 36 inches wide or deep. And again, I'm almost getting the feeling of like a totem pole with a thunderbird or something, the big wings coming out. Okay, so there may be some router work in here as well. Dremel tools. Okay, he's got a broomstick in there that was not listed in the materials. And I like the natural color of the plywood. It's like raw linen. Okay, we're gonna keep going around the corner. Okay, so this is a show of stained glass works by Timo Fowler, and they're calling the show Hope Against Hope. Although these windows catch a faint glimpse of the truth, of true light, they are nevertheless stretched inward so that incorporated light is captured in images of the corporal. Okay, well, I'm just kind of glancing at this and thinking that some of this imagery makes me think of Mayan carvings. Oh gosh. He's got some interesting stuff. He's got pieces of barbed wire in there. So I was right, this is Tautekulti and the creation myth. This is 28 by 39. Tiku, Tulsa, and the fifth son. Okay, I like that. We've got kind of a little mask and maybe an abbreviated version of the Mayan calendar there. Also, they got some very heavy-duty apparatuses that they're hanging these on the wall with. I get it. Now we have them spaced away from the wall so you can see the light coming through. Chutli and the Dust Bowl, 2022. Rebar, steel, stained glass, and lead. Okay, so all the frames are rebar. Actually, I enjoyed the title. I was just doing some studies about the environment and various kinds of mythical relationships and things, and they talked about the Dust Bowl in the Midwest in America in the 1920s and 30s, and they were saying that that was one of the curses of the indigenous people against the colonizers. Okay, this is a little different in that some more of free-formed works rather than windows. This is Sun Now, Cry Later. I've got a little Robert Gober, Jasper John's hand there, pointing to the sky. Like it's maybe blood-stained or something. I like the way this is hung on hemp or twine strings. This is 40 by 23 by 10. Okay, you're gonna have to excuse my pronunciation on this one. This is Toloko Chalchitliku. Is that close? And the Great Flood. This is 28 by 39 by 1.5. I like the blue glass. Oh, it's interesting to compare the images of the shadow to the front side of this. I guess the red glass is so opaque that it doesn't come through as much on the back. Well, we'll finish up looking at this piece. Oh gosh, I like this. We've got a little glass 45 automatics there in the middle. Choke mool. 2022 rebar steel, stained glass, and lead. Oh, Timo was quite a technician. This is a lot of very nice work here with the lidded glass. And, okay, I've got some art history questions. Who else has used this Mayan sculpture as an idea for a piece? Does anybody know? Henry Moore. I think he did a whole series of these. Okay, so this is 56 Henry. Thank you. Okay, now we go around the corner on Henry Street. I'm gonna pop into the place that was the anchor of this whole thing. They're still open. No! Casey went home, so I'll have to skip no. We're gonna pop into King's Leap. Okay, we're gonna look at a show by Audrey Gair. Does this show have a title? Just recent paintings.
You want to go downstairs?
Okay, so this is your
Audrey's taking the people down.
oil and gauze on linen. It's titled Butterfly, 36 by 48 inches. Okay, caught between the freedom of representation and the confines of the canvas, Gair's practice has often been indebted to modernist influences such as Mondrian and clay. With this new body of work, Gair turns to landscape through a reinterpretation of Impressionism. Okay, so that's fun. This is titled 07/04/224, 36 by 48. Oil on linen. Okay, Audrey uses a very, very fine linen. And I think she probably spends a lot of time with a compass or a stencil, putting in all of her circles. Okay, I like the kind of the fall colors and earth tones, and then you've got this little strip of splashy, dashy colors and some colored lace in there. That's nice. $91.44. Oh, maybe that's not the title. 36 by 48. This is 07/04/221, 2022. Again, Audrey's using a lot of comforting browns and autumn tones. Okay, so we've got a couple of figures here. Okay, let's run in the back room. In interior 3, 2022, oil on linen, 32 by 40. Okay, this is more like a standard interior, still life. A lot of thin washy veils of color, kind of a geometric design. This is Empire and Bonnard 2022, oil and linen 36 by 48. Well, I actually kind of like this because it's more of a stark, hard-edged, geometric painting. And then you've got this little swatch of juicy, brushy, sensual painting. That must be the Bonnard. Okay, I wonder if that's the Empire State Building. Somehow I looked at this and got a feeling for Edward Hopper's Nighthawks at the Cafe. Okay, I like the brushwork. This is our last piece we're going to look at. It's titled Holy Pole, oil and linen, 60 by 18. Well, I think this is a piece that really does kind of pay homage to the modernists of Mondrian and Paul Klee, things like that. Also, again, very subdued colors. I like this kind of irregular string of beads down the center and the dirty yellows. Okay, so it's Audrey Gair here at King's Leap. We're gonna keep going. We get the special preview here downstairs. I hope I don't fall down there. Gosh. You guys have accident liability? Oh, good. Well, in that case, maybe I will fall down the stairs.
Might be in your favor.
Okay. And this space actually has another name. You're calling this the basement, or the, what do you call this end of the gallery?
This is Kingsley. I've thought about calling it the basement.
The basement. Okay, we'll see if we can find the titles here. Work from home. Well, that's appropriate. It's 32 by 40. Actually, the show is kind of interesting because it gives you a wide spectrum of Audrey's various subjects. It's not just the landscapes or the abstractions. We've got some still lifes and some other things. Okay. Beginning notes, 2022. This is 24 by 30. Okay, and so this one is a little more, looks varnished. Not quite as dry, and it definitely recalls some of the early Mondrian paintings of his trees and things. It's like a sunrise somewhere, and there's a little, maybe a factory building in the background. skyline. Okay, so we saw the one with Empire and Bonnard upstairs, and this is also, I guess, a reference to the Manhattan skyline, maybe. And we've got this line of punched hole colored paper strips. Actually, I like that because it's kind of like the negative part of the circles. Time of day, oil inland, 32 by 40. Okay, Audrey is stretching out some of her circles. These are more like, some of them are ovals. Actually, I like the conceptual idea of relating this to the Impressionists, but I would also have to say more like the Post-Impressionists, the Pointillists, like George Seurat, Signat, some of those guys. Except that this is then pushed beyond that to where, I guess it's almost like the opposite of the square pixels you get when you're looking at a computer screen. Okay, we're gonna wrap up looking at another tall, skinny piece. Poland landscape. Okay. I'm thinking of little lace pieces that may be done with some kind of a frottage technique.
They're hand painted.
They're hand painted?
Yeah.
Gosh. Okay, I like the use of the drips. We saw the Pat Steer show about 3 weeks ago, and she's made a career out of dripping. But this is nice. It alludes to landscapes. Okay. All right, Alex. Thank you. In the basement at King's Leap. Let's wrap up running in here to public access. Okay. And we're going to look at an exhibition featuring Beatrice Domond, Piero Penizzottio, Greg Simmons and Lee Smith. Okay, I can get the last names. That's pretty easy. We'll scan the installation. Looks like a lot of New York-based work. Some graffiti or break dancers there. Ryan is working on the list here, but I think we'll start out here. We're going to make this kind of fast. Who is this by?
That's Beatrice Domond.
Okay, so this is one of Beatrice's pictures.
That's mixed media on canvas.
Okay. Do not tell me you love me. Don't think you know the meaning. Okay. How about this portrait?
Lee Smith.
This is Lee Smith. Okay, I like that kind of brusque, but I get a pretty good sense of the character. Is this also by Lee Smith?
Yep.
Okay.
Oil on canvas board.
Oil on canvas board. It looks like something up in the Bronx underneath the elevated train. And I wonder if he's holding the doobie there. So what is that, a 78 Chevy? Maybe it's a Caddy. Okay. How about this piece?
And that's Piero Penizzottio.
Piero Penizzottio. Do we have a title?
That one is called Friends.
Friends.
T-shirt.
And this is on
It's,
paper mache or
it's
something?
Paper mache, yep.
Okay. It's like the kids' pictures on the t-shirt. Okay. These are nice. Who are these by?
These are Greg Simmons.
This is Greg Simmons. Okay.
Portraits of rap battles.
Rap battles.
These are oil on canvas.
Okay, and I would estimate that that one is probably something like 26 by 48, something like
Very
that.
close, man. 28 by 48.
28 by 48, okay. I know.
Kind of like the dimensions of like a phone on its side or like a,
Right.
a YouTube. I guess that's how you knew.
Well, I have stretched a lot of canvases. I've had to buy linen that fit on it exactly with maybe an inch left over on each side for clients and things.
Yep.
Okay, these are nice, very brusquely painted. I like the gestures.
This is another Beatrice Domond.
Another Beatrice. And I like Beatrice's collection of stickers with text. God, are you there? It's me.
That one's called Sensitive Menace.
All right, fucking awesome. Okay, let me figure out what the size of this one is. Okay, that's about 48 by 36, roughly, something like that.
These are more Lee Smith.
Lee Smith. Okay, Rockaway Beach,
Yeah, exactly.
selling Gatorade or something.
Those nutcrackers, like homemade
Oh,
mixed drinks.
okay. This guy's a real entrepreneur.
Exactly.
Okay, Mr. Softy.
That's the title.
Okay. Actually, I like his paint surface. Very direct.
Yeah.
Images are good. And
Honestly, how to paint on YouTube over the pandemic. So
wow.
just, like, going right into it. I don't even think he's using a lot of medium. It's just like straight up paint.
This is nice. We've got some guys hanging out by the pool. Although I don't think that's in the Bronx. It's like a trip to LA, maybe. I don't know. Okay, another Beatrice piece. Okay, a man who does not has no blah 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 lost humanity. A knife does not cut itself. Fire does not burn itself, because it knows itself. I guess these are more Greg's work. Nice. And this is oil on canvas, is that what that is?
Yep.
All right.
This one's called My Name Rings Bells, like Sunday at 12 o'clock.
That doesn't rhyme. Okay, and again, that's, say 28 by 48, is that what, something like that?
30 by 48, it's super close.
Actually, I like these two pieces. They're nice and juicy.
Those are Lee Smith.
This is like the Haitian Day Parade, something like that.
Right on.
Some parade. Well, I've been living in Brooklyn for about 40 years. I've seen this stuff firsthand. Okay, that's nice. So I've got the Dominican flag, the Haitian flag. I don't know what the other ones are. And we've got some hats up there.
Those are Piero's.
Paris. Okay. All right, Brian, thank you.
Good to see you.
Nice to see you too. Okay. Well,
Great night.
you too, thanks. So that was our little tour of the rockinest corner at the very bottom of the Lower East Side. You can like this, share, link it up to all your social media sites, and you can leave your thoughts, ideas, comments, criticisms, and reviews below. We just ask you to say Thank you, Kate. Thank you, Frank Pixararzi.